this is amazing. But then the moment like 11 o'clock rolls round, you're like dripping in oil. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Leanne, and today I'm going to do a sit down video talking about my top 5 acne friendly foundations. During this video, whilst I have a sit down chat about my favourite foundations, I will be showing clips of me trying on the product so you can sort of get a feel of what my skin is like, how it glides onto the skin and how well it blends. So I'm going to be showing you typically how I apply these products, as well as sharing the benefits, the ingredients and the top features of these foundations. So without further ado, let's get into this video. When it comes to foundation, one of the main things that I look for is to see what the ingredients are, whether they are non-comedogenic, so pore clogging ingredients, and whether it's lightweight, buildable, all of this, whether it's water-based, some of them are aloe vera base, or whether it's an oil base, because all of these will factor into how well it sits on top of a blemish, how well it blends with your other products, and also how well it lasts throughout the day. So the first foundation is something that I've picked up recently. It is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation SPF 20, and it just looks like this. So I picked this up 1 or 2 weeks ago from Boots. I believe it is an American brand that's sort of come on over. And first, when I looked at this product, I wasn't quite sure. I sort of walked around the store a few times before I decided to pick it up. And one of the reasons why I picked up this foundation was because of their ethos, where nature meets science. Now, if that doesn't sound good to you, then I don't know what will. But I was just intrigued, so I just thought I'd pick it up and give it a go. I've tried it on a few times, but like I said, I'm going to insert clips of me applying it just so you can sort of understand what the texture is like, what it's like putting it on, and how blendable it really is. So just reading the back, it says that it hydrates, brightens and evens skin tone. It's ultra blendable, lightweight, buildable and a breathable formula. Now, the most important aspect of this foundation is the fact that it is indeed non-comedogenic. Non-comedogenic means that it doesn't contain any ingredients that are pore clogging. That's the last thing you want. Personally, my skin is pretty much okay with any foundation that I put onto my skin, regardless of whether it's non-comedogenic or not. However, I know that some of you out there, it can really mess up your skin and irritate the spots that you have. So with this foundation, it says that it contains hyaluronic acid and added vitamins, which is usually what helps to hydrate your skin. So another thing when it comes to applying foundation over acne is that you want something that is going to hydrate. You want something that is going to work twice as hard in order to keep your skin looking fresh, hydrated, and it's not gonna sit on top of your blemishes and just give you that horrible, you know, cakey look and feel. So like I mentioned, I did pick this up from Boots. It was only $12.99 for a 30ml bottle, so it's pretty affordable. It's not too expensive and it's not too cheap. So the next foundation I'm going to talk about is the Dior Backstage Face and Body. I love this foundation. It comes in 40 shades. Now the reason it comes with so many shades is because it caters for your undertone as well, so whether it's neutral, cool or warm. Personally, I have a cool undertone. I do find that with quite watery foundations, it's easier to sort of glide onto the skin, so it's not something that I hate. I quite like it, especially when my skin's a little bit on the dry side, because I feel like you've got a bit more room to sort of blend in. It's not going to dry straight away, so it's an all-round perfect product. So this foundation came about from their professional makeup artists. It's promised to be used by them. It's promised to be used backstage, hence the name. And it's just something that has become one of their secret weapons. Now, I don't know about you, but who doesn't want to use a foundation that's been slapped onto a model's face? Please, I do. I want a model's face. I want a model's skin. So the moment I seen this, I picked it up. It's also great for combination skin, which I have, because obviously in the morning your skin is very content, but then the moment like 11 o'clock rolls round, you're like dripping in oil. So it's a great foundation to sort of accommodate the changes of your skin throughout the day. So like I said, in the morning your skin is quite content, so it pretty much works well with your skin, and then it works with your skin as well throughout the day when it's getting a little bit more oilier. So the next foundation I'm going to be talking about is the, I don't know how to pronounce this or if you're meant to pronounce this, but it's the 3INA 24-hour foundation. And I was kindly gifted this just to sort of check it out. Now the thing is with this foundation is it's full coverage, and you can tell because it's quite thick. Like, I'm not sure if you can see, but even getting it out of the pump, it's quite thick. So I feel like this foundation would be perfect, definitely for winter. But it's not so thick where it just sits on your skin. It is still quite light for a full coverage foundation, which is perfect. I find that with this foundation you don't need to add more than one layer, because sometimes, you know, I add a bit of foundation, add a bit of concealer, and then go in with any touch-ups if I need it. But this one, you don't need it. You just need one layer. You're pretty much good to go. So not only is this full coverage, but it's 24-hour wear as well. Because it mattifies the skin, it also controls shine. Now, if you're like me and you do have combination skin, your T-zone, sometimes your cheeks, okay? Sometimes your cheeks can get really shiny throughout the day. Well, this controls it, and it's pretty much amazing. Now, as you can see from me putting it on, it's easy to blend as well, and it just sits perfectly on top of any primer that I've used. Now, the next foundation I'm going to go in with is the Oxygenating foundation from Oxygenetics. I was kindly gifted this foundation. I was gifted this one and their foundation that is specifically for acne prone skin. I find that both of them work just as well. The only difference that I can find is that the acne version does have 2% salicylic acid, whereas this one doesn't. But, you know, if you're using salicylic acid throughout your day anyway, then you don't really need it in your foundation. Now, I know that with this foundation, it's not water based, it's not gel based, it's actually aloe vera based, which I've never seen in a foundation before. So if you do have like really inflamed acne, or you do have like a bit of sensitive skin, this is amazing. Why would you not want aloe vera based foundation? I mean, it cools the skin, it calms the skin, it hydrates. Why would you not want that? Especially if you've got like loads of little acne pimples that are drying out really fast because, you know, winter. And it's covered all of my pigmentation, so I am happy. Anyway, so this foundation does contain a CeraVe, no idea, complex, and it's exclusive to Oxygenetics, and it allows your skin to absorb more oxygen, stimulating skin cell production and helping to heal. So like I said, if you do have a few nasties on your skin right now and you want something that isn't going to irritate it, give this a go. Again, it's non-comedogenic, it's perfect for acne sufferers, it's perfect for covering pigmentation. Why would you not want to use it? The last foundation that I want to share with you is, it's the Vichy Dermablend. So it's very much a full coverage. Again, it's one of the thicker ones. It's something that I can just about deal with in terms of how thick the consistency is. Obviously, the lighter the consistency, the buildable it can be. The thicker the consistency, I find one layer is enough. It's non-comedogenic, and regardless of how thick the texture is, it still blends in really well, and you'll be able to see that when I show you with the swatch on my face. Yeah, like I said, it's non-comedogenic, and this foundation is pretty much, I don't want to say similar to the Oxygenatics just because it tells you what it covers, but it does cover a wide range. So it covers scars, pigmentation, rosacea, dark circles. Oh, that's a new one. The shade range is not that great because it only gives you 10 shades. However, if it blends in that well and it pretty much disappears after a few minutes, then, well, it knows what it's doing. But yeah, pretty much good overall foundation. It is an old one, but it's amazing. Just go on and have a look. Of course, with all of these foundations, I have tested them whether I apply it with a sponge or whether I apply it with a brush. They're pretty much match. Like, obviously when you've got acne prone skin, you are trying to look for something that's very much, you know, buildable. It goes along with your own pace. And it doesn't wear off throughout the day. Now, I find personally that when I use a sponge, the sponge is taking up all of my foundation. It's not on my face, okay? So I do like to use a brush or my fingers. So if you do want like a really full coverage foundation, then I would favour the Oxygenatics and the Dermablend, because they are quite thick in consistency. However, the other three are pretty much good at, you know, building your layers. So it just depends, like, whether you're having a really dry day. If you are having a really dry day, go for the light formulas. But if you're having an okay day, go for the thicker ones. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions about any of these products that I showed you today, please put them in the comments down below and I will get back to you and answer you as best as I can. If you have come across a foundation that you really like and you want me to try, please let me know, because I love knowing what works for you guys and seeing whether it works for me as well. So yes, please comment that down below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it as it supports my channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you on my channel. And I really hope I get to see you in my next video. Bye.